Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Cosmos and Maximum Thrust. We do have some map bans to talk about real quick. We did have the bees were removed by Cosmos. Cosmos does not like 2-lane maps. They took away Battlefield of Eternity and they took away Braxis. Is that right? I think that's backwards. I think it was actually Maximum Thrust that took that out. And then Cosmos took out Infernal Shrines and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I don't remember that. It was Sky Temple and not Infernal. I can't read. Let's get into the actual game. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. Yeah, once again, we have a team that hates fun. I'm also going to make sure real quick that the teams are correct, because whenever I switch it, I don't think it switches the map bans, and I think they were on the opposite side that I thought they were. But I want to make sure I'm not casting the wrong side the entire time. So, just to make sure... Looking at D West, Captain of Cosmos is Odd Thought, and Odd Thought is over there. So that is accurate. Cosmos is that team. We do gonna have Garage being moved out. We have the Sand Dragon and the Dragon Archer. Maximum Thrust, not liking dragons. Maximum Thrust, I better not see you take Deathwing after you get rid of the Dragon Archer and the Sand Dragon. Joselle is already mad at you. Joselle's a big fan of dragons. God, my lips are so chapped, help! We do have our last ban coming out. Who are you going to take out? You've already taken out a tank. We have not taken out a healer yet, and we still won't, as Lunara gets taken out. I hate nature versus nature's champion. Although, actually, to be fair, is Lunara's nature's champion, or is it more fair to say that Malfurion is nature's champion? End of the day, they're both Night Elves. I don't know that it really matters. We do go and have the correct Sonya skin being pulled in. I love to see it. Hello, Joselle. I put words in your mouth. Now we do have a big honkin' barbarian. That's almost a dragon, isn't it? I need to put some lotion on. I have not put lotion on all day. So we do have Anduin and Johanna, the starting off blonde. Although I say that, all of their portraits are blonde. Anduin has white hair in that skin, and Johanna we don't actually know because of the helmet. Because of the helmet. They're now wearing a helmet. We do gonna have Lucio coming out. So both teams taking their healer before we get to the mid phase. Li Ming going to be showing up. Li Ming's interesting. Not a bad pick, but does offer good poke, and you do have to stand still to turn in. But Li Ming has to have vision of that. I won't say this is one of her best maps, but it's definitely not one of her worst. Da, da, da. Everyone wants to just put lipstick on real quick. I don't think that will help, though. It's a new barack, a new barack. So they do get rid of the tank. No tank taken by the side of Maximum Thrust so far. We will not see a tank ban here because they've already got Johanna. We should probably see another DPS, possibly an offlaner. Who does Sonya not want to go into? That is the question. If I were playing Sonya, actually to be fair, I'm not afraid of anyone in Sonya, so... But we do get rid of the push queen, Sylvanas. You've already got the leader of the Alliance. You can't have the who. Actually, that's a question for all you WoW people out there, because I do not know who is the leader of the Horde. Because last I heard, it was Sylvanas, and she kind of got banished to the Shadow Realm. And I don't actually know who's leading the Horde at this point. Odd Thought is a Tassaface. And actually, to be fair, who is leading the Alliance? Because Anduin kind of just fucked off for a while, from what I remember. I said a bad word. It's okay, though. I'm allowed a couple. So we do have the Blase in the offlane. It's going to be Blaze against Sonya. That is a fight that Sonya has a little bit of an advantage in, but it's interesting because Blaze can actually outdamage Sonya in the little bit. Thank you, Goldmoon. I do have to, in all honesty, I am cheating. It's not real. It's digitally enhanced because I'm lazy and I don't put on my own makeup. Makeup takes time. It also lets me be a little bit like, it's like, ooh, do I want to be like super goth today?
Anytime you're ready.
Do I want to be a Pixar character today? Oh, I broke it. Okay, there we go. Don't be a vampire today. I like this one. It's very like narrowly done. Does cause a problem if I do this. Oh, look, it's smart. It's not trying to like make up through my hand. I could have just lied and said it was real this whole time. But we're going into the game. I'll get predictions up. Put your money where your mouth is, and I will see you in just a moment. I don't know what this hand gesture means. What do you mean oof, Molly? Don't oof my like various ways my face looks. My face is amazing, and don't you forget it. And I do not need to have those on. Let me get those turned off right quick. Remember to turn down the size, but I forgot to turn off the guide. We do have No coming out here on the Anduin Rin, Prince of Stormwind. We do have Imbuement on the Jimmy Raynor. We have Atlantis on the much bigger. Look at these. These guys are both in marine power armor, and Blaze is just like, yo. We do go to have Odd Thought coming out here on the Tassaface. And then lastly, we do go to get Silver Jackal coming out here on Johanna. So look me up before you Jojo. They are Cosmos. On the other side of the battlefield, representing Maximum Thrust, we do go ahead and get W Star coming out here on the Li Ming. Beluga Dog going to be playing the cow himself. Speed Boop is playing. Can we just say how appropriate it is that Speed Boop is playing Lucio, the quick hero in Heroes of the Storm? We do have Vacuity coming out here on Kira, and then lastly, I should have like looked at this before. How do you say that name? Zeliv coming out here on the Sonya. Sonya's taking a bunch of damage though, and actually Kira goes down. First blood on the side of Cosmos. Cosmetology. Da 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 da. Okay, we do have a root coming down. Beluga Dog takes a bunch of damage, but will not quite go down. We do go have the offlaners moving down to the bottom of the map. But again, yeah, Zeliv is super, super, super low and just has to be very, very careful. Trying to soak at the wall, trying to move around. Oh, did you see Atlantis tried to predict where Sonya was going to go? Is able to tap and get this done. Oh, nice stun going in though. Zeliv doing a heck of a whirlwind. Blaze started to come up, but that was just a feint. Blaze feels faint. Oh no. Speedboot being a bit of a harasser going around. And we do have this camp being picked up right now. Neither team able to turn in. Oftentimes I see this trying to pick up right before turn-in happens. So, doing things a little bit differently. So I still love that Sonya skin. It makes me happy. Oh, interesting. They do actually have Kira come down here below in order to harass the Blaze. Now this is, because Kira started off her life as a offlaner. And, let's see, at level 1. Did take fatal wounds. That is the question, is Kira has a much harder time healing than Blaze does, but Kira just is a dump truck of damage coming through. Blaze does fall back. Kira is moving back up here to the middle, able to move in, and they do have Sonya down below. Just a fool, can't you see? And she's waiting for me down below, down below, down below. I will always sing that. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Oh, Vacuity? Vacuity just got bountied? Because she's a bounty hunter, it's a joke. Raka has a hunger. Alright, it is 2 kills to none. About half a level lead right now on the side of Cosmos as they move around. Never mind, as I say that, there comes a 3rd kill. I was not in the right place to see that. I apologize. All apologies. Decent bit of damage coming through. I do feel like we're a little bit hungrier on the side of Cosmos. Like, they're definitely positioning and ready to go in for an engage, like, all together. It does feel a little bit more like Maximum Thrust is, like, reacting to engages, but not planning for them. I saw some gluten-free snickerdoodles that, like, just no. I actually ate them. I was like, oh, I'll try this, and I regretted my decision. All right, there goes the top web weaver. But while that's been happening, the middle's been pushing, like, basically unopposed. However, they haven't actually gotten through the wall yet. There they come moving in, looking for an engage. Yeah, Kira? We'll go ahead and grapple on out of there, but nothing doing. I was gonna say that's a Kira that has played the hero in like quick match and thinks Kira can like go 1v5. Because sometimes if you're good enough, Kira can go 1v5. But you have to remember that your opponents in GS are just as good as you are, most likely. If they're not, then that means that the like placement division did not do very well. So you should plan on them being as good as you are. I was also really sad because it said GF Snickerdoodles. I'm like, wait, Snickerdoodles from your girlfriend? That is not what GF stood for. I don't know. I feel like Blaze is the most thrustworthy hero. Well, that's actually something I just realized. That is almost like, it's not actually bad manner. I'm being dumb, but you've got Blaze, who is the hero that actually has a power on your little jump jets and charge forward for a second, and then you've got Tassadar, who actually can turn into a plane. Like, the 2 most maximum thrusty heroes are taken by Cosmos. Alright, there's Atlantis moving in. We do have the red web weavers. I like saying red web weavers, although I have to be careful so I don't sound dumb when I say it, but they are pushing in, they're going in. There's the light bomb combo, gets a lot of them in, but they don't actually get anyone out of it. There's Vicuity. Vicuity gets a lot of damage in, but may be going down. Yep, it's not able to get out of that burn damage. I think it was burn damage. Does get the double stun going through. Tassar does go and get the black hole in order to stop that from happening. There's Beluga Dog trying to move out of here. Now that said, they did get bottom fort off of that. So right now, in terms of kills, we definitely have Cosmos doing a victory. But in terms of damage, it definitely seems to be going the way of like structure damage of Maximum Thrust. And as I say that, there's a kill on Johanna. We do have Maximum Thrust getting onto the board in terms of the kill counter. Here comes Vicuity looking in there, does go and get Blaze, but has to fall back. Interesting. Blaze actually took Combustion, did not take Bunker. I almost never see Combustion in like pro play. Granted, I mean pro play is definitely with a Twins Assault. This is an amateur league, but you know what? Shut your mouth. All right, Beluga Dog checking that bottom one. They seem a little indecisive. Do we want this? Do we want to fight? Do we want this or do we want to fight? Eventually they do decide to fight or to fight the camp. There we go. Combustion is very, very good. Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that. The thing about Combustion is that Combustion, you need some sort of setup for it. And so that is the question, what is going to hold their opponents in place? And the answer is possibly the Johanna's shield into Light Bomb. Was it shield she took? Yep, I thought so. Black Hole could also get the job done, potentially. Alright, we do have another red turn-in. Vicuity goes in and gets out of the combustion zone. That's the problem, they only actually hit Beluga Dog. We do go and have this one in the middle. It does look like our red team is moving up in order to get on top of this task star. There's the leap. A wave of death. We've got the web weaver helping out. That is going to be our second kill on the side of Maximum Thrust, and they are definitely very firmly in the structure lead and starting to make a statement in terms of that kill count, because it was 5-0, now it's 5-2. Still an advantage on the side of Cosmos, but that advantage is evaporating with every death. And that is a hat trick of forts, all three of them down. Well, it's definitely not off-lane Tassadar. The off-lane is the bottom lane, and we have consistently seen Blaze down there. It's one of the few maps where the offlane is considered the bottom lane, and the real reason for that is because the distance between the these two lanes is shorter. The distance between these two lanes, not 100. I mean, that's actually not true. I think they're about even, but the rotation here is safer. Wait, I'll get back to that idea. We have Lucio going down. There is a oh, fantastic. We got the lead. Great threading of abilities. We do have Blaze going down. No, super low. Needs to be careful. Yep, we do go and have the lightning comes in from the Tassadar. Not able to peel them off of Anduin. Jackal goes in and falls back. Imbuement takes a lot of damage. We'll get out of there. But yeah, what I was saying is that the top two lanes you can rotate just straight through. The bottom two lanes you have to come down, forward, and then down. So the rotation is actually faster between mid and top. So bottom lane is the off lane on this map. I'm an offlaner. I know things. Oh man, once again, that Ming damage when it comes in, it's just like doot. Ming, do you have? Yep, Triumvirate. I was like, that was a very quick secondary orb. I bet that looked like Triumphant to me, and I was right. But there comes Vacuity. Vacuity is just very hard. But I'll take a bunch of damage as Li Ming looking for that. Not going to get it, and there is the stun from Vacuity. But there goes one. Li Ming, can you get out? The answer is yes. Ooh, Jackal goes ahead and gets a reset. But W Star goes ahead and hearts back. This is going to be advantageous for our blue team, and we should have some blue web weavers coming down in just a moment. Yeah, I used to be a DPSer and I learned offlane, and now I'm the best offlaner named Braca. So humble. Alright, we do have ETC going down. That is going to be evident. Like, this is right as the web weavers show up, and they have lost their tank, which is going to make it hard to defend this. That said, they do have some room to defend. Like, their opponents have lost all of their forts, so they can lose all 3 forts, and that just stabilizes the game. That doesn't mean they're losing. Deathwing can do either, although I consider him much more a DPS than I do an offlaner. Primarily because as an offlaner, you have to have some degree of self-sustain, and Deathwing can't heal himself, or more correctly, he can, but he has to leave the lane to do it. And as an offlaner, you can't leave the lane. You have to get that soak. So we're gonna have the boss play coming out. We are at level 19. Now this is a thing, boss a little bit dangerous, but they are down there. I can't tell who that is. Oh, Sonya, that's Sonya. Got a little bit of glare going on, so I couldn't 100% see who that was. That was dead. We have W Star is here, does hit Jackal, but they won't be able to actually move into it, and there is boss picked up. A Beluga Dog is in the way, but immediate. They do have, oh no. Beluga Dog taking so much damage, gets caught in the black hole, trying to go in and get out of here. Oh, doing everything they can. Vacuity is holding off the entire enemy team, but they do get the ETC out of there, but at the cost of their own life. Web Weaver turn in, but this will have a limited effect because they have lost the Kira and they're having to defend against bots while the Web Weavers are just getting cleaned up by the side of Cosmos. Cosmos politician. It's not cosmopolitan, but it's politician. I got jokes. Alright, neither team has a turn in, although we are closer on the side of Cosmos. All the forts are down.
The clutch is ready to form again. Return the gems to me.
There's Beluga Dog looking in there, but unfortunately, went deep and may not. Now we do have Lucio saving that. Once again, Vacuity trying to hold off the entire enemy team. I thought takes a bunch of damage, may actually go down from this. Is bleeding from Vacuity, but Vacuity will go down. And now Cosmos is moving forward, taking advantage. Beluga Dog did heal up and is back in the fight, but having to withdraw with Vacuity not there anymore. Very good play coming from Cosmos, where they're just like going for the tank, but then they just turn. And Vacuity is having a hard time getting on that back line. Speedboot moving down here. Look at the bottom camp by themselves. That seems a little risky.
My power grows by your beauty.
I always love that voice line. Like, it's very, very obvious that it comes from in the game where it's like, my power grows by your enemy's hands. But so that's what they just sort of replaced it to, by your blue team's hands. I'm like, that's, you couldn't just change a "the" in there. Alright, there we had Silver Jackal, but they did kind of, like, weren't able to get that, but super damage, and once again we do have the Kira getting taken out. This is a really bad, losing two people as you're trying to defend from away from your face at 20 minutes into the game is a bad combination. Bad Leroy Brown level. Baddest man in the whole dang town, madder than a junkyard dog. They are on the core, which means their opponents cannot worry about the keeps, which means the keeps are about to be taken. Oh, the irony. So now all the lanes are pushing in, and they do lose the cow, unfortunately. Speedboot trying to heal up, but W-Star doing everything they can, trying to hold this back. But I think this core, there's no way. And the core does go down. Game number 1 victory does go the way of Cosmos. I had to rethink about that for a second. I was like, Cosmos. So look at the stats at the end of game number 1. We do have in terms of damage, Jimmy Raynor does lead the way. Imbuement coming out with 87,000 damage, 81,000 coming from W-Star, the arch rival of K-Star. I don't actually think that's true. And Oddthought coming out with 58,000. So pretty good jump between the heavy lifters of the two teams. In terms of healing, we do have Speedboop coming out with 101,000. Anduin coming out with 82,000 in terms of healing. In terms of experience contribution, we do go ahead and have Blaze out-soaking the Sonya. Blaze getting 18,000. Also, Tastar doing 18,000. So I guess also, I'll be somewhat correct that Tastar was acting as an offlaner because actually out-soaked the real offlaner. Sonya doing 13,000. Talents, we got those. Talents? That seems generous. Thank you, Harkin. I knew I almost had it, but I didn't quite have it. But I will see you got. Seriously? I will see you guys in just a second for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. Cosmos trying to get us to a 2-0 victory, but Maximum Thrust is going to have a thing or three to say about that. I guarantee. Turn Cajun for a second. I do that sometimes. Bye. Okay, not really bye, but see you in a second.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. I thought by eliminating half of life, the other half would thrive. But you've shown me that's impossible. I'm thankful. Because now, I know what I must do. I will shred this universe down to its last atom. And then, create a new one that knows not what it is lost, but only what it has been given. A grateful universe.
I said we'd lose. You said we'll do that together too. We lost. You weren't there.
I am inevitable.
The life was quiet all around. Cute little island, nice and non-violent. But everything turned upside down when a new guy came to town. We got along, he showed me ways to craft and test things that cut intestines. Said we could party at his place all the holidays. It's just what I need. You want me to sleep? You're right on my mind. I've only heard the line of friendship shapes through 2 dimensions. 2 puzzle pieces, each other's extensions. Fishing rods, big freaking guns. Held it together, we are one. Our worlds collide on eternal horizons. A wild ride, every turn is surprising. We rip and tear until it's done. Then head back home and have some fun. Together we are. Together we are.
I'm searching for an apprentice. Someone to train in the art of righteous warfare.
I once ruled Ashur-Merup. Then came a war I could not win.
Wow, PTA Reddit, I hear being like, bring back a cat. Gotta have something to distract you from you talking. How rude. But also... The cat. Poor Bug. Bug is like, what is happening? I was just sleeping and now this? Aw. Bug was not into that. Bug was like, I was having a really nice dream, and then you woke me up, now you're holding me in front of this stupid black thing. Sorry, Mosley. And he goes and lays at my feet again. Like nothing happened. Aww. Yeah, that's Bug. Bug is my big old chonker. Opera is significantly less chonky. Opera, are you up there? Nope, Opera is not up in the tree. I'll see if I can get Opera to come by. Alright, so we do go and have same band so far with Garrosh and Lunara being banned out by Cosmos. Chromie's still the band here while we have Hanzo. Hanzo was their band. Although I do notice I think the order is different. I did ask for you. Yep. Here's little Opera. Here's little Opera. Opera, I need you to retract your claws for a second so I can go. Hi.
My blades.
Yeah, there was a period where I had to travel for like 6 months, and so I had an auto feeder, and Bug would just wait by it. Kitty? Kitty just what?
Oh, this is my jam!
Good cat. Alright, so we do go and have, so, what is up with my, I swear this thing is, like, washed out more than it should be, and I don't know what is causing it.
For the frozen throne!
It's not that. Like, is the chroma key for some reason, like, affecting it? Da, 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 da. I don't know what's causing it, and it makes me upset. But I guess I should pay attention to this. We do have Sonia actually taken by Cosmos this time. We do have the Sylvanas being picked up because they were banned out third, and Nubrak, but because Sylvanas is picked up, that means they cannot take their healer, and these two Stukov gets banned out. Johanna is taken by Maximum Thrust, and then Lucio also on the way, once again. Da 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 da. Even when I turn the filters off, it's still like that. It's weird. I don't like it. It's frustrating. I have a really cute face. It shouldn't be washed out. Maybe I'm just washed out. I'm definitely washed up. Definitely interesting third ban. Unexpected. So we do go and have who we're gonna see. We're gonna see Li Ming once again. Li Ming was there up there in terms of their damage. And then we have Dahaka in the offlane this time. Obviously, they can't take Sonya because Sonya's kind of on the other team, and they don't want Blase.
So it begins.
And then we do go ahead and get the Asmo ban. Not being banned, actually. Brightwing comes out from no. So we will have Brightwing against Lucio. We will have the Anubarak versus the unstoppable tank, Johanna. Dahaka versus Sonya. And then lastly, Sylvanas and Asmodan going up against Li Ming and... Ooh, the Junkrat. So Junkrat is actually a little bit of an interesting pick into this team because first of all, like Asmodan is not very good at escaping, and if you can further restrict his movement by putting like a mine behind him, you can really, really do a nice engage. And then obviously the Nubarak has to be very, very careful about burrowing in. If you can restrict, like if you have mines in the way in order to stop them in their tracks, or push forward. But going into game number 2, put your money where your mouth is. I will get the predictions up once again, and I will see you in game. So representing Cosmos, over on the left-hand side of the map, we do have Imbuement coming on out here onto the Sylvanas. We do have Atlantis GL coming out here on the Sonya. Odd Thought going to be the Asmodan. Silver Jackal is going to be repping it on the Bug himself, Anubarak, the Love Bug. And then we do also go ahead and get No coming out here onto the Brightwing. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and get the team of Maximum Thrust. We have Li Ming being played by W Star. Zeliv is going to be playing the Deheken Dahaka. We do go ahead and get a Beluga Dog coming out here onto the So Look Me Up Before You Jojo. We do go ahead and get Speed Boop down here on the Lucio and Vacuity on Junkrat. I do like the spread out that we had for Maximum Thrust, making sure you don't have any Sylvanas shenanigans going on. Can you imagine if Anubarak had Medivh cheats and could just, like, adjust the angle of his burrow midway through? I almost feel like Vacuity was coming out and being like, oh, it's Sonya, let me go ahead and drop this here in case they try and leap. And obviously not really thinking about the fact that, oh wait, Sonya can't leap, we're at level 1, what the heck? It just seemed like a instinctual response. So this is, like, Junkrat can definitely bully the Sonya a little bit here, because Sonya and a lot of offliners struggle into ranged heroes. However, the thing is, as soon as we get to an actual engagement, the fact that I guess they have Dahaka, never mind. I was gonna say, because I've seen people who take, like, a Rainer for the offlane and don't really have a bruiser, which means as soon as you try to, like, run into them team versus team, it's just really, really hard for them to stand their ground. Also, like that cheeky Sylvanas play. Sylvanas took this and then just Banshee wailed over the wall and came to right there. Like, I see you taking that vision, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to go through there. There came a dinosaur out of the bush. Also, Josel, hey, look, it's a dragon. It's a dragon. Okay, you can't really see the... Okay, there we go. Now it's a dragon. I was like, dragon's kind of blocked. It's hard for me to show it to you.
heroes. Gather tribute and earn my favor.
Oh, Otho taking a bunch of damage, and we do have W-Star kind of pushing this back. They've already taken out one tower. They're getting close to the wall, but here comes Impudent. Nice little jump, and we do have Silver Jackal not able to get that gank. Here come Beluga Dog. Beluga Dog's like, I'm here to help. A little bit of a standoff here in the middle, as we do have Vacuity tapping real quick. Here comes Atlantis Owl. Is that Atlantis Alabama, or is the player's name Owl? What's the story behind that name? Dahaka going ahead and consuming some essence, does miss with the tongue, unfortunately. There's Silver Jackal looking in for a little bit. Vacuity coming in from the bottom of the map, trying to go ahead and get this taken care of. Neither team able to live, but Imbuement not going to let that happen. Here comes a grenade coming from the bottom. Stuck in the bottom with them. Nice spear, but Atlantis having to turn away real quick. The 5v5 continued. However, while this is going on, you do have this Mercenary camp pushing through bottom. Being a lot of damage done. We can't really start to watch it though. Speedboop does go and get knocked back. Zeliv down to about 40% health. Brightwing moves back to take the vision for some reason. Not 100% sure why they just gave that up all of a sudden, but they definitely did. They did have to send Atlantis. Maybe that was why they were like, Atlantis has got to go deal with this. They've taken the entire wall. They're pushing on the keep, so they say, okay, go ahead and give this. There's a teleport in. Imbuement not quite going down. A lot of damage. Speedboop looking at this, but I like the little sound wave that comes through and just chase the whole way through. I mean, a lot of auto attacks do that.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
They are moving down. We do go and have this push through. I amazed how Haka made it out of there. That was really nice attempt to try and gank into that, but nothing doing. Thankfully, we don't have level 10 yet, so they definitely did not expend any heroics on that. Oh, Zeliv's super low. Is going to hearth back, but probably has dig. Okay, we'll have dig in 5 seconds. There's the Deck and Dahaka. Nice polymorph. Wants to make sure that no tongues come through. Atlantis moving in, trying to go in and get this taken care of. These teams are so good at not suffering any unnecessary deaths. No one's actually died so far. Otherwise, I say that Dahaka goes down. The dinosaur is extinct. Beluga Dog moving forward. But needs to be careful. Does not have a lot of health left on their own side. A little bit of damage on the W-Star. W-Star going to be okay. It does get booped out by Junkrat, and that's going to be a second kill on the side of Cosmos. They will go and get this and even us out at... Oh, I say that. Beluga Dog is not here for this. Beluga Dog, you don't have allies? Although Sonya, like, there's a Diablo fight going all the way across the map. W-Star will survive, though. Let some survive.
gather tribute or face my curse.
Here comes another tribute coming through. Arwing did come down to presumably help Oddthought. Oddthought was in a 3v1. They're still fighting this back as best they can. Obviously, Brightwing can teleport once they get the teleport back. I'm sure it's not back yet, but it's probably not too far away. Yep, about 20 seconds. Trying to push into this. And meanwhile, we do go ahead and have there's Vacuity coming out. They do go ahead and get this taken care of, and we do go and have Lucio coming up the map. Sony comes through. I love how just scattered this. I'm sorry I'm not like casting it better. It's just like the battle's going on everywhere all at the same time. Oh, interesting. We do have Falling Sword coming out from Beluga Dog. Does miss, unfortunately. Zalif coming in here. There is the Infernal Invasion coming in for the Asmodan. A lot of extra bodies. There's Zalif looking through. Silence comes down onto the Sonya. Lots of damage, but W-Star does not have a lot left. There's the Silencing Arrow, does go ahead and cut through. Catches Speed Move just a little bit, moving back, but I do think this is going to be a channel for the side of Cosmos. Meanwhile, down here in the middle, we had a very, very, very massive push, and they cannot save it. There's the first fort of the game going also on the side of Cosmos. Looking at our ults, we did see Cocoon used, Blink Heal, we do have a Leap, Demonic Invasion, and Wailing Arrow. On the other side, we do have Rip Tire, Sound Barrier, Falling Sword, Isolation, and Disintegrate. Level 13 is unlocked for Cosmos, but it does look like Maximum Thrust will be right behind them, and Thrust is moving onto their boss. Slight question, I asked this a lot. Why exactly does silence not prevent Lucio's healing? It's explicitly sound-based. Not being able to make sound should absolutely stop Lucio from healing. Hello? That was an interesting Riptire. Riptire is now down for about a minute. And here comes this. We do go ahead and have Dahaka being cocooned without the rest of the team, and this may just be straight up given. No, we do. Yeah, they're not in time. Beluga Dog does go in, but is not able to land. Does not have the level 20 lightning bolts that would have actually stopped that. We'll go ahead and make it out of there, but I do not know that Dahaka is going to be as lucky. There is the stun coming through, as well as Sonya. Sonya comes in. Speedboat goes in, tries to get the save, but will not quite be able to. Meanwhile, we do go in. Now, the boss is going to take the top fort up here. Silver Jackal, way out in no man's land. They are able to go in and get out of there. Lots of damage going ahead and landing. We do go and have the bottom fort about to go down. A decent wave forming up against it right now. And we are looking at this. We do have the keep about to go down. W-Star super, super, super low. Here comes the Riptire. Riptire catches 3. Probably that is not the level 20 Riptire, so it's not going to be an instant reset. We do go ahead and have the Anubrak. The bug is squished by... I mean, honestly, if anyone in Heroes of the Storm was Exterminator, I would say it was Junkrat. Junkrat can definitely exterminate. The dogs would be proud. And that is going to be a double kill on the side of Junkrat and on the side of Maximum Thrust. They're moving in there. Speedboot was trying to fight. Aslan trying to get out of there, but no, nothing doing. Oddthought, welcome to the Hall of Storms. They're going to go ahead and boss, try and get this pushed back, but keep in mind they lost a ton, and there's no Abathur in this game, so there is no Mule, so that damage is just permanent. Keep at 2,600 hit points. This is gutsy. It looks like they will not be punished for it. You know, Gold Moon, that's actually a very good explanation, and I'm mad about it. That's been my go-to joke for like 3 seasons. There's the demonic invasion again. Really unusual to see it, but a lot of damage being pushed through. So we do have all 3 forts gone on the side of Cosmos. Technically, top fort is still standing on the side of Maximum Thrust. I say technically, I mean, it's not technical, it is still standing, but with that sitting here, it's hard to feel like you're in a good position. Now keep in mind, as we stabilize, this is a slight advantage for Maximum Thrust. They are even talent tiers. Maximum Thrust is up a level, and then they are 1 tribute closer to turn in than their opponents are. Turn in probably the wrong word there, but you know what? Shut up. Dahaka, so at this point it looks like Maximum Thrust has decided to say we're going to try and stall and leave Dahaka. Dahaka is really putting pressure on this top lane. Of course, can burrow in anytime he wants to. Nice move on Jackal to go ahead and invalidate that. Lots of damage. This is my jam coming through. This is my jelly. Dahaka is in the battlefield, came in from the back. Beluga Dog trying to go out of there. Oh, that was a big pull in. Lots of damage. Meanwhile, we do go and have a Mercenary camp pushing into middle and a lot of pressure in top lane because of that push from Dahaka. Big damage, and then we have Johanna going down. Speed move super low, but does get away from Atlantis Owl. Gonna go ahead and get this right as this is starting to take major damage. They will, Asmodee already on their way to clean that up. But of course, the little mage minion did go ahead and prevent a lot of that ability damage. Meanwhile, we've got a bit of action going on up here. Now, Asmodee is starting to move in. It was a 4v4 up until now. The QE taking a bunch of damage and will not. Nope, that's going to seal their fate. I do love the fact that the sheep that you get turned into from Polymorph can still drop grenades. Oh, Athot taking a bunch of damage. There comes in a demonic invasion. W-Star super low as they go and go in there. We do go and have the silence coming in on the Dehek and Dahaka, trying to go in and get this taken care of. Lots of damage coming through, but I do not think they can last as Dahaka goes down. Beluga Dog takes a bunch of damage. They may have overcommitted to this. I do not think, like, Athot's super low, but you know who's even lower? It is the entire red team.
Red team dominated.
And this is going to be mid-keep. Now continual catapult pressure coming across the middle of the map. Meanwhile, we do have a boss coming down the top lane, and still 30 seconds until the entirety of our red team is back. Level 20 is online by Cosmos. They are trying to defend this down to 50%. I'm not sure if they can. Only 2 people are back so far. There's the lead from Sonya. Does go ahead and catch Atlantis. Atlantis, no, is the one that caught. And there is game number 2 and the series going in favor of Cosmos. Let me see if I can get a interview set up. I'll be right back. All right, looking at the stats while we wait to see if I am joined by anyone. Interviews are never required, but definitely available. We do go ahead and get, in terms of hero damage, Asmo does lead. Yeah, Asmo's got a lot of things here. 53,000 hero damage, 13,000 experience, and 108,000 siege damage. We have Junkrat coming in second with 49,000. There we go. I'm like, Odd Thought responded to my thing, but no one came in. What's going on?
Oh yeah, Odd was just trying to make you sweat a bit.
How dare,
Hello.
first of all. How you guys feeling right
Fake
now?
news.
Pretty good.
We are joined
I'm
by...
looking for my defibrillator.
I was going to say, yeah, people in chat have a lot of questions about how the heck you survived that final engagement, Odd
I
Thought.
have no idea.
The best answer I could give was you have a healer that loves you.
Well, that's true. I've been playing
Yeah.
with Nave for
Mini a
20
moon.
years. Not this game, but
It would be very impressive if you've been playing with Nay in HOTS for 20 years.
yeah. Well, he used to be our healer in WoW as well, so healing's been going on with Nave for many a moon.
Nay saved you
Hey,
from
but thanks
death.
for casting,
Oh,
first of all.
absolutely my pleasure. Going back to game number 1 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen was extremely, like, you guys took an early advantage. You guys went up 5-0 in terms of kills, and then all of a sudden that started to swing around, where they came back to 2, and then they took all of your forts. Did you guys have to change anything going into late game to adapt?
My underwear.
So that's why
This
you
is
stopped
why I
moving
don't
for a
do
while.
interviews. What did we change? Did we change anything, Silver?
I just was asking you guys were ready for engagements after that, making sure that you guys were in position.
So we started using fundamentals. Is that what you're saying?
Communication, yeah, we started talking.
I did notice early on, it definitely felt like you guys were ready to pounce. I mean, it kind of felt like Maximum Thrust would respond to engages and you guys would plan them. So, because it would, you'd all
Well,
be
they,
like just lurking,
okay.
waiting for a rotation, then just,
Yeah, they're a dangerous squad. We've played them in seasons past, I think, and we just played them in our last match and got kind of trounced. So I think we wanted to show up with a little more energy tonight.
Well-
And hopefully that showed
And-
in the gameplay. I don't know.
And your main tank.
Yeah. We had a little mishap with our main tank, and so Silver wasn't here last time.
well, good job, Silver.
Thank you.
The other question I had, looking at game number 2, because game number 2 was incredibly very close. It was like 5-4 at the end. It was like within a level the whole time. It kind of swung back and forth. And I actually think they had experience advantage up until the 5-man team wipe at the end. It all came down to that one boss, and it felt like Asmo like peeled off in order to save mid-fort. Just how frantic were comms when you were just like, wait, we're fighting them right now, get up here?
There's a few people yelling.
Because it was one of those moments where you had one of them dead, and so you got the engage, but then Asmo wasn't there, and Asmo doesn't get to cheat like Brightwing and just show up whenever they want.
Yeah,
You tried.
I don't know. I did say I was going to be late to it, so at least there was that.
I will also say that Malby in chat was very thankful to see an Asmo. It's been a while since we've seen them like in competition because they're not one of the meta picks anymore. Is it just a comfort pick for you, or what made you go Asmo in this comp?
Yeah, I feel like he's one of my favorite heroes on large maps, and I think people put, unpopular opinion, maybe too much emphasis on the globe and not enough on what I like to do, which is lasers plus demons. And yeah, they had Johanna to interrupt me and stuff, and I did get interrupted quite a bit, but you just have to play around that stuff, you know. You can play around the stuns and everything, and then your siege at the end when you go with laser and greed and so on with your demons, just ridiculous. So at the very end, I was like, let's just win the game. My siege is ridiculous. So as long as my laser channel's fully on the core and my demons are hitting it, it's really hard to lose the game at that point.
So what I'm hearing
And
is
also sorry, one more thing.
No
They
problem.
went very pokey, so I felt a little better about it. I felt like they were going to be more macro this game, and so I kind of skewed that direction because I really hate losing games to macro. Happened to us a lot last season.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is basically you got really mad that Phoenix was in the game, and you're like, no, I'm going to show you the laser build.
I guess so.
Last question I have, because I always ask a variation of this. Why is your team named Cosmos?
So we're always up in the sky.
Yeah, if you listen to the opening monologue of Carl Sagan's Cosmos, I think that was why I named the team that. Because of that series. If anybody hasn't seen it, you can watch it on YouTube these days.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's, you know, a bit dated in some ways, but it's also still prescient and very poetic in terms of science and space and the cosmos and our place within it as human beings. So it's kind of it's just a personal thing, I guess. And then the rest of the lads just kind of put up with it. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but
I'm a big fan of space. Don't gotta worry about that.
yeah. So I'm just a Carl Sagan nerd, and that's what my profile picture is on the NGS website is Carl Sagan. So
Well, I love getting the story behind it, and I'm also a massive science person, so I appreciate it.
yeah. Got more rhymes than Carl Sagan has turtlenecks, as the Beastie Boys say.
But with that, let me turn it over to you for any shout outs you might want to give.
Alrighty. Shout out to you, first of all. Thank you for casting. It always makes it way more exciting. Shout out to NGS for having this amateur league up so we don't have to be stuck in, you know, the Storm League in it all the time. Shout out to Maximum Thrust that put up a pretty strong fight. It was a really fun game. And shout out for my teammates for holding it together and getting the domination.
Shout out to Silver for not being too annoyed with me showing up late to the boss fight at the end. And yeah, Max Thrust, you guys are super good. Games are always fun when we play you, so well done, and I look forward to the next one. And then I want to thank you one more time for casting because it makes it extra fun, win or lose. So thank you for spending that time, and thanks to everybody who watched.
Yep.
GG's.
I'll review that. Thank you for everyone that was here. I don't think I can raid anyone that's casting NGS, but let me see where I can go. I'll let you guys go and enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Also do everything. Got it.
Pretty much. That doesn't lock you out
Have a
a
good
whole
night,
lot.
Raka.
You too.
Have a good night.
Bye.
We're gonna go actually bother Lunchbox because Lunchbox is a friend of mine that made art of me, and I'm very vain. I'll always thank them for that. What? I can't type help.